Right, good morning YouTube. Here we are in the kitchen starting off the day. It is March the 8th, I believe, which is a Sunday. It is currently 1:35 a.m. and we have busted out of bed, trusty drink bottle on hand, and we're about to make our morning hydration drink and all that good stuff. So sleep was kind of average, but we'll be able to make up for that with some naps in the day. So I'm not too fussed. Perks of the weekend. Right, so drink bottle. Funnel. Let's do it. Taurine. Ghost hydration. Creatine, grape flavor. Can't forget the creatine, guys. Don't want to lose all my gains now. And the star of the show, cola water drop. Oh, last one of the pack. This can go in the bin. Alrighty, get some water in that bitch. And we will take a bit of a swig, then we will add another round of powders to this again, fill it back up again, and then we will be good to go. So I'm going to do this and then cook up a bit of fish, which is what you shall see next. All right, on to the fish. Fish and rice. Cooked up yesterday. Now we just are going to put it all in a pan, cook it up with the famous sweet puppy, whilst we wait for all the fat burners to kick in. Woke up this morning, guys. Woke up this morning at 104.0, which is exactly what I was yesterday. So, no changes to diet. Another high day today. So, about 900 carbs are going to go in, 450 protein, and about 35 fat. So we are making a very, very conscious effort to make sure that we are eating into this show, so that we do not rock up on show day a skinny little bitch. Because, as I've mentioned before, if I let myself fade and I punish myself and I do too much and I eat too little moving into comp, I basically just end up a smaller, shitter version of myself. So that is the game plan for today, along with legs, my favorite. Although, I don't know if I've mentioned, but I've been dealing with an ankle issue. Like, my left ankle is fucked, and I think it's from Stairmaster. So I've been in a lot of pain just walking around lately. It's not too bad once I'm training and it's warm and whatnot, but yeah, I'm definitely fucking in some pain with that bloody body. I'm getting old. That's all it is, guys. I'm getting fucking old. All right. Heart salt, as you know, sodium and potassium, very important. Ton of that shit. Then the star of the show, Sweet Puppy Flavor Gang. This stuff is the best for fish, trust me. Lastly, where would we be without trusty smoked paprika? So, no caffeine again this morning, guys. Lately I've been pushing back my first caffeine dose until I actually train. Main reason for that is because I want that first caffeine dose of the day to hit a bit better for when it's important, which is my training. Because I find that if I take a dose of caffeine with my cardio in the morning, that second round at training time just doesn't hit the same. And with how like up and down my energy is at the moment, being exactly 5 weeks out today, I want the energy when it counts. So no monster, no fat burner, nothing like that, just pure self-hatred. So we're going to finish up cooking up this fish, drink a little bit more, and then we'll see you at the Zin table. Alrighty, welcome to the Zin table. You know you've made it, guys, when you have a Zin table. We've actually got a huge order of pouches coming, so my Zin table should have a much larger range very soon. Before we pick our Zin though, we're going to add our fat burning jumper, which adds plus 10 fat incineration, because we like to get a sweat, you fat bastard. Alrighty, now as for the Zins, what are we going to go with, guys? Maybe I'll just close my eyes and wherever I land. I reckon today we will go. Ooh, what are we feeling, guys? What are we feeling? I reckon a bit of citrus cooling is going to be the go. What do you reckon? Citrus cooling? I think so. I think that'll do. Not bad. Not bad at all. Funky color this one though. Orange as fuck. Double park, because mama ain't raised no bitch. I shouldn't say mama, because my mama barely fucking raised me, but I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube. It sounds dark, but all right. Zins are in. We have deployed the we have deployed the nicotine. Fucking hell, see guys, if your brain doesn't work properly until you have nicotine in. Trusty drink. Get a bit more of this in. Make sure to hydrate in the morning, guys. I know I harp on about it a lot, but that first hour or so in the morning when you're fasted, which you should be, because you're doing your cardio, is the perfect time to get ahead on fluids, because you haven't got any food in your stomach, which means that you can just smash a shitload of fluids without feeling like full or bloated or affecting the digestion of any of your meals. Because believe it or not, if you're eating food and drinking at the same time, I personally believe and feel that it slows digestion down if you're drinking a heap of fluids around a meal time. So I generally like my guys to stop drinking half an hour before a meal and not drink until an hour after a meal. And what you'll find is that your food just digests a little better. I think anecdotally, I feel it's probably because you're like increasing the amount of like food volume in your stomach by adding a heap of water. Secondly, as far as whether it's diluting stomach acid or not, who knows? That's still up for debate. But I personally feel my digestion is worse when I'm drinking a lot of water around mealtime. So get a heap in at the start of the day when your stomach is empty, and you will thank yourself for the rest of the day. Anyways, let's get our ass onto the Stairmaster, and fingers crossed that my fucking ankle doesn't cause me too much grief. So I'll see y'all there. Alrighty, stairs are boxed off. 1 day closer, 35 days out, 5 weeks. We are so close, I can fucking taste it. So ankle's still a little bit aggravated. So, oh, Jesus, I just fucking, as I say my ankle's aggravated, I just about fucking roll it on a uneven fucking footpath. Anyways. Yeah, so 35 days out, 5 weeks out as of today. Super close, feeling good. Definitely after a high day of carbs yesterday. This morning I feel much better. I'm finding that the day after rest day is the killer. That seems to be the day where I feel the most shit, obviously because rest day, my diet is much lower in carbs. So therefore, I'm waking up that next day depleted and feeling like crapola. However, this is the necessary part of what we are doing, as we need to have those low days so that we can push our high days higher and maintain our training performance. Now, as we box off these 3,000 steps, I'm just going to comment a little bit on the Arnold Classic, which hasn't been announced yet in terms of open bodybuilding. However, your front runners are Nick Walker, Andrew Jacked, Hardy Chupan, and Martin Fitzwater. Let's break it down a little bit. Nick Walker, arguably his best look of all time. Now, whether you're a Nick fan or a Nick hater, you cannot deny that the man came into this show without a coach, or at least, you know, without a dedicated coach, because he probably likely had some people in his corner still, as most guys do. He came in and he shut a lot of mouths. Obviously, people were probably thinking, without a coach, he's not going to know what he's doing, and he's always had Matt Jansen there to land the plane with him and whatnot. But hats off to Nick. He looked fucking phenomenal, and like I said, arguably his best look to date. Moving on to Andrew Jacked. There's not really anything else you can say about Andrew Jack other than the fact that that bloke just keeps turning up and is just mind-blowing every single fucking time that you see him. As far as how he looked, I think he looked fucking the biggest he's ever looked. Condition-wise, he was 95% there. I think his best look condition-wise to date was the Olympia just gone 4 months ago. But yeah, you cannot deny the man's size. He is just aesthetics and size and shape and symmetry all in one. As far as whether that will be enough to edge Nick out, we will see. Moving on to Hardy Chupan. Hardy definitely looked great. He did look a little down in size, I personally think, particularly in the legs when he was doing a back double bicep with Nick. Nick's legs were just next level. There was no gap between Nick's adductors, whereas Hardy had a little bit of a gap. And I feel like ever since the Olympia, he has actually lost a little bit of size. As far as what that's down to, I'm not really too sure. I know he has had a lot of stress happen in his life lately, Hardy. But yeah, I'm not sure. He just wasn't his, he definitely wasn't his all-time best. Probably about 90% of the way there. But against guys like Nick and Andrew, unfortunately, he just didn't quite have the presence that he normally does. So I've probably got Chupan in either third or fourth. It could go either way with him or Martin. Now, Martin. I personally think Martin looked really fucking good. Did he have the same conditioning as Prague? No, I do not believe that he did. As that is obviously the look that he is going to constantly be trying to live up to. With bodybuilding, I feel like whenever competitors show an insanely good look at a show, that is the new standard that they are always held to. So with the condition that he came in Prague, he definitely wasn't as in good of a shape as he was in that show at the Arnold's. But I will say one thing about Martin. One, he still looked fucking good. Two, he looked fucking big. Like, you stand him next to Nick Walker and you genuinely cannot deny that he's almost on par with him size-wise. Freakiness factor? No. Obviously, Nick's in a whole new realm of freakiness just due to his shape and structure. But size-wise, Martin, like I said, he looked fucking big. No longer do I think Martin is in the category of like, oh, he just needs more size or whatever. No. He's got plenty of fucking size. He even outsized Hardy Chupan, in my opinion. So the way I'm seeing it right now is Andrew is likely going to take the top spot, I think. But I would love for Nick Walker to take it. And then Andrew second. I'm going to say Martin Fitzwater in third, just because I really like his look, to be honest. Yes, a little less conditioned, but big as fuck. And fourth, Hardy Chupan, just because I feel like Hardy has definitely lost a little bit of size, whether that's due to his age or whatnot. But yeah, his legs, especially from the back, hamstrings just weren't as dug out and just not as impressive in my opinion, especially due to the caliber of athletes he was standing next to. So that is my opinion on the Arnold Classic, at least in terms of the men's open bodybuilding. I wasn't aware that Bonac wasn't competing, so I know a few days ago I had Bonac in the mix, but yeah, he wasn't there. Bit of controversy too around Mike Sommerfeld not making weight and not competing. Personally, I don't really give much of a fuck, as I don't really follow Classic that closely. Shout out to Sam Sulek though for getting 8th place, I believe, in Classic. No matter what you say about the kid, let's be honest, the dude would not have to work another day in his life or put out another YouTube video and he would still be fucking bowling out the eyeballs. He's already made it, and the fact that he still steps on stage, the fact that he is a pro, and the fact that he did improve majorly from his last show, you guys cannot talk shit or deny the kid of his dedication and love for the sport. I laugh when I see all these neckbeards online saying, oh, Sam Sulek, he can't pose or whatever, or he looked like shit next to Wesley. All right, two things. One, the argument about he can't pose. Yes, he could be better at posing. We could all be better at posing. Let's be honest, most of the guys don't take their posing serious enough. I don't take my posing serious enough, and I'll admit that. But he just fucking loves to bodybuild. You can tell. He is up there for the love of it. He isn't up there because he, necessarily wants to be number one. I'm sure, he wouldn't say no to a first place, but you can tell he's doing it because he fucking loves it. And I respect the absolute shit out of that. So yes, his posing could be better, but still fucking, he's the one who's standing on a pro stage, right? Secondly, he has improved majorly from his last show. He has put on a good chunk of muscle. He was definitely more conditioned this show. And even standing next to Wesley, guys, Wesley Visser has been at this shit for fucking 10 times as long as Sam. Like, what do you expect? The fact that he's even standing next to him is a feat in its own. So, Sam Select, awesome job. Very impressed with him. In terms of the winner of the Classic, Wesley Visser's, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Classic. Yes, Wesley looks awesome. And there was just no one there on the day good enough to beat him. And it was as simple as that. All right, enough talk about the Arnold. So, plan for today, finish these steps off, get back inside, normal routine, ab work, core training. Meal 1, then some client work, back to bed for a nap, sauna, more steps, pre-workout meal, and leg day, baby. Let's fucking go. As far as what I do about filming, I'll see. I didn't set the tripod up yesterday because obviously I'm trying to hide the fact that I'm filming. Whether or not that's dodgy or not, I don't know. But look, let's be honest, the weekends, there's fucking nobody there. So who really gives a shit if the gym's empty and I do some filming? So if I set the camera up in a certain way that it can't be seen, then no harm, no foul, right? So you will see that go down, likely as far as in what capacity, I do not yet know. You will see when the time comes. Anyways, let's finish up here, get inside, do all that, and I'll see you all in the next clip. All right, guys, we are back in the house preparing meal 1, and I just need to show you the Rise Skippy Drip because it is looking like an absolute fucking snack. Check it out. Oh. Ho, ho, ho. Look at that, guys. Insane. All right, I'm gonna finish making this up, do abs, and I will show you the final product of meal 1. By the way, guys, this is the Rise Skippy Protein. Okay, it's obviously like a peanut butter flavor. This slaps. So heads up, if you can find this online and get it, pay the extra couple bucks for it because it is insane. Nothing beats that feeling, guys, of when the morning routine is done and it is time to eat. Abs complete. And we've got our cream of rice sitting there. All right, 4 corn thins, 125 pineapple, basic bitch seasoning, 100 grams of cream of rice, 150 grams of blueberries, 20 grams of Adonis cookie dough, whey protein concentrate is mixed into the cream rice. Then we have 70 grams of the Skippy whey on top with more basic bitch seasoning on top of that one there. And along with that, we're going to disperse some manuka onto those. And then this one is going to go on this one and this one. All right, I'm hungry. I've just spent 2 hours on my morning routine and I am ready to tuck into meal 1. So let's get it. I'll see you all in the next clip. Oh, still to this day, getting my own sauna was one of the best decisions I ever made. If you guys have a few grand to blow and you want to blow it on something that's actually fucking worth it, get yourselves a sauna for your house. Fucking great decision. So we finished a work block off after breakfast, and then we actually managed to sleep for another hour. So here we are at the moment at about, I think it's about 10 to 7. And yeah, awesome morning. Any morning that I can get an extra little bit of sleeping on is a fucking good morning. So we're about to jump out of here in 7 minutes. Go in, shower, get dressed. Then it'll be time for some steps and then meal number 2, which I will show you. So I will see you there for fish and rice. Mwah. Rightio. Before we go for our little walk and then eat our pre-workout meal, Let's get the pre and the intra stack ready. 1 Alka Power 1.5 litre bottle, the absolute goat of intra workout bottles. I need a funnel. Firstly, funnel has been acquired. So, bit of taurine, 3 grams to be precise. Hydrate, especially on leg day. Creatine, scored this one for free actually, along with my cookie dough order that you guys have seen on my Instagram. That cookie dough from Adonis Gear is next level good shit. There we go, bit of creatine. Now, the star of the show, Driven Nutrition, Novo Drive. You guys have already heard me harp on about it. Intra-workout carbohydrates, EAAs, hydration. So 70 grams of that is going to give us 50 grams of carbohydrates. So in we go with that one. Oh, that pineapple smell is just fucking fantastic. Shout out to Driven Nutrition. They really know how to make a good intra. A yummy intra beverage even. Come on, you bastard. There we go. That one's done. Well, I need to get some additional EAAs for that one. One sec. And some glutamine. So we're going to add ten grams of glutamine to that one. Dunsky. And then some additional EAAs. There we go. Additional 20 grams of EAAs. And then that means our intra-workout is ready to go. Pre-workout time. Do you guys have your own special bottles you use for intra and pre-workout? I don't really like to use shaker cups. I don't know what it is. I feel like they never seal properly. Like when you shake them and you put them in your gym bag and shit, and last thing I want to do is come back to my gym bag and it's all fucking wet and got pre-workout and shit all through it. So, pre-workout. Another scoop of the hydrate. Done. Another 5 grams of creatine. By the way, guys, I do about 25 grams of creatine per day. I do 10 grams in my morning drink, 5 grams in my gut drink, 5 grams in my pre-workout, and 5 grams in my intra. So about 25 grams of creatine per day. It has a ton of like cognitive benefits, things like that. And as somebody like myself who doesn't sleep a whole lot, that comes in clutch. All right, another couple grams of taurine. Sweet. All right, now, time for the fun stuff. This is where we decide what products that are mind-altering go into this. Firstly, actually, before I choose the powders, let's go with a lion's mane. All right, lion's mane, for me anyway, I seem to get a good bit of focus from it. And it kind of just gives me this like blinders on feeling. So a couple of ml of that. Funnel back on. Now, the pre-workout of choice. We are going to go with Pumpage Orange Blast. So this will be for the blood flow aspect of the training. Sweet. Done ski. And now for the stim portion of said concoction, I reckon that we go with dialed shred. We are going to go, I reckon we're going to go a full scoop of that bad boy. Done. All right, and as you guys know, along with the pre-workout, 1 capsule of methylene blue, 1 capsule of dopa drive will go down with that. Now that we've got our pre-workout and our intra-workout ready, we're going to hit the street for some steps and then come back for meal 1. So there you have it, folks. Oh, another glorious day. Have a look at the weather. Blue skies, sun's out. Feeling amazing. Actually cannot wait to train legs today. Fucking cannot wait. 5 weeks out leg day. They come around so quickly. We are counting them down now. So we are going to finish these steps off. We are going to go back inside and eat, and then it'll almost be time to train after 1 more work block. So let's get it done, people. Alrighty, pre-workout meal time, which we are sitting down to eat now. We have 500 grams of basa, 60 grams of raw weight rice, 4 rice cakes, 150 grams of blueberries, of beetroot. Along with that, we are going to go 100 grams of honey. So I'm going to eat this, and then we are going to do a little bit more client work, and then it will be time to head to the gym. All right, pre-workout is going in. Another dose of SLU, PP332, another dose of albuterol, methylene blue, and dopa drive from Driven Nutrition. Down the hatch as well. All right, we're going to finish this off. Then we're going to grab an energy drink, jump in the car, and it is then officially time to train. Also, how's the timing on that? About to leave the house and the power has gone out inside my along my street, I think actually. So hopefully the power comes back on before I get home. But luckily we have already made our cream of rice and it is in the fridge. Nice and cool, so let's hope it stays nice and cool while I'm gone. So, fuck, I hate it when they do that. Anyways, fingers crossed. All right, here we are, guys, on our way to the gym. So, let's get the heavy artillery going. Got a few different pouches here. Let's go with, I can't refuse a menthol. One of the faves. And I reckon that numero 2 will have to be red fruits. Cool. Alrighty. Now, beverage of choice. Ray's Fruit Box, I think it's called. What's it called? Let me find it. Apple juice, sorry. And these here have 300 milligrams of caffeine, I believe. Let me see. Where am I going to find that? Come on. I swear it says it here somewhere. Maybe not. But I'm pretty sure these are 300 caffeine. Anyways, taste test. I do love a good apple drink. Solid. Tastes like a fizzy apple juice. So, without further ado, let's go and fuck legs up. Alright, let's put our shit away and hook in. Okay, here we are again, guys. Starting off with our favourite watermelon crushers, aka good girls, aka adductors. Nothing much to say about it here. You've heard me on repeat talk about it. Warming them up to make sure they don't pop when I move on to my hacks or leg presses. Then moved into a set of hamstring curls. Well, two actually. So 2 sets of adductors, 2 sets of hamstring curls. Then we warm up the knees and the quads with quad extensions. So today we went with single leg on the quad extensions. These felt absolutely money. Everything today was actually in the 20 to 30 rep range, believe it or not, simply just because my tendons and everything needed a bit of a break from the heavy loading. And I also just felt like getting a fucking shit ton of blood into all the muscles, get a sick pump, move a ton of carbs and blood around. After 2 sets on that, I moved into the hacks here. Same deal, this was a set of 25. I had to cut this one right down because the set was like 1.5 minutes long. So nice controlled eccentric here, really making sure to feel it in the quad, not bouncing off my tendon at the bottom either. Getting a decent stretch and driving back up by imagining that I'm like quad extensioning out of the bottom. So just 1 set of that one. Then single leg lunge. We did 1 set on each leg. I believe it was a set of about 26 reps per leg. So we did that, making sure to get our knee nice and forward over our toe. You can see here too how much it works the adductor as well. My adductors are absolutely on fire here. And after we did 1 set on each of those, we finished off quads with 1 set on this leg press here. This leg press has awesome resistance profile, and also the way that the platform moves down as you press away means that you can get an awesome stretch on the quad, and it really sort of gets a little bit heavier as you push away. Then hamstrings, 2 sets on this one here, lying hamstring curl. I'm sorry for the angles, guys. I didn't bring the tripod today because I was under the assumption that filming wasn't allowed, yet there were 2 other people in here using their tripods. So goes to show, profiling at its best. Now, commercial whoring here. There is my intra-workout by Driven Nutrition, Novo Drive, Ash 20 for a discount. And then we finished off with back raise. This one here is great to finish off the glutes, the lower back and the hamstrings. Good stretch on the way down, really making sure to force your pelvis into the pad at the top and squeezing the glutes hard. And that was today's leg day. I will see you as I walk out the door. All right, all done training. Let's get back in the car and debrief. Alrighty, we are back in the car now. 5 weeks out, legs complete. I am counting down every single leg day. As you know, leg day is the one that when it rocks around, you have to fucking really take yourself there mentally just to get it done. And today was no different, but it was a great session. We matched all performances, which is great. So guys, in 5 weeks time, we are going to see a package of Ash Lachlan that is the biggest and fullest that we have ever managed to bring to stage, because we haven't allowed ourselves to wither away. We've kept food up, And as you can tell from the video a couple of days ago, we are in shape, glutes are in. So we are on track for a great showing in Melbourne in 5 weeks. So let's hit the road now. Let's go home. Hopefully the fucking power's back on and I can eat my cream of rice not in the dark, because I want my YouTube and my peaceful time while I eat. So let's go home and let's dig in. All right, here is where we find out if the power is back on in the house. But firstly, we have to fucking open up the garage door like a peasant, because without power, we don't have our automatic garage door now, do we? All right, let's try turning on the light to see if it works. Nah, for fuck's sake. All right, well, looks like there's no power. That sucks. Talk about timing. I literally walked in the door and everything turned back on. So that is timing of the gods. But our next first world problem is that we now need to reset all the clocks and everything. So we're gonna do all that and then we're gonna sit down for our post-workout meal, which I will show you all. Guys, post-workout meal. 4 rice cakes, as you can see here. Put them to the side. Cream of rice. Still nice and cold, luckily. I did sit it on an ice block though, because I'm extremely intelligent. Because I am not eating warm cream of rice. Fuck no. We have our whey drip here, which this one is, I believe, cookie butter. Oh, look at that consistency. Bloody icing it is. So we are going to get that onto our cream of rice. So 100 cream of rice, 150 blueberries, 20 grams of cookie dough, whey mixed into the cream of rice. We have cinnamon, stevia, and pumpkin pie spice in that. Also some cacao powder. And then 70 grams of whey drip is going on top of that. Along with that, we're going to do our usual 125 grams of pineapple, and 100 grams of honey is going on top of the cream of rice and the rice cakes. And we are actually also adding 100 grams of banana today, and I'll put that banana on top of the rice cakes with the honey. So I'll show you what that looks like once I have got it all prepared. All right, guys, sitting down for post-workout meal now. Like I said, cream of rice, drip, pineapple, 4 rice cakes, banana, and honey. Look at that. Oh. The reason why the banana looks funny is because it was frozen and I dunked it in boiling water while I was training. So it has come out very sloppy looking, but it's gonna taste awesome spread over rice cakes anyway. So I'm gonna eat and I'll see y'all in the next clip. Look at this. Oh. Bah. Unbeatable. Cream of rice, whey drip, and honey is the OG. It's very hard to mix whey drip with one hand. This is 50-50 Skippy and carrot cake. So 35 grams of that and 35 grams of that. And that will be tomorrow morning's whey drip. So into the fridge with that one. And that will be good to go. All right, now we move on to the cream of rice. There we go. And this one will go straight onto the hob. The cream of rice that we have in this one here is 50 grams of, I believe, golden syrup, which is just here. So we've got 50 grams of the golden syrup cream of rice. And that is actually mixed with 50 grams of this chocolate cake Elevate. So, should be a winning combo. Along with that, inside here, we've got cacao powder, decaf coffee powder, a bit more stevia, and some cinnamon. So, let's get this on the heat and cook this bad boy up for tomorrow's meal number 1. Better get this one going. Nearly there. Got to keep mixing, make it nice and thick. Bit longer to go. All right, heat off. Alrighty, now we add our cookie dough, which is this stuff here. I believe in this one we have the salted caramel chopped chip, so 20 grams of that one goes into here. Boom, gains. And then blueberries. 150 grams of these suckers. Oh, went a little bit over there. Unacceptable. There we go. Perfect. Put these back in. And now we stir this until it's all mixed in. As you guys know, we got to screed the top nice and flat so that tomorrow when we administer the whey drip, we have a nice, lovely foundation to pour on top of. All right, that one is done. Into the fridge. Oh, one-handed. So cream of rice, drip, all ready for tomorrow morning. All right, so we've eaten post-workout meal. We've made up tomorrow morning's cream of rice. And now it is time to hook in and do some client work. And then it will be time for some more steps, couple of errands, and then meal number 4. So see you all in the next clip.
Hours later.
Oh, guys, what an afternoon. We have smashed out a ton of client work, yard work, housework, and we are just about to head out for some steps. And then it will be time for meal number 4. So let's get these steps done, eat, and then we may very well wrap the vlog up there. So see y'all in the next clip. All right, here we are out on the street after doing all that fucking housework to finish steps off, because guess what, guys? Even if your activity levels are higher because you did housework or whatever, it doesn't matter. If you still have a kept step count to hit, you hit your step count. All that extra shit is just exactly that. It's just extra, all right? We don't go, oh, you know what? I did a little bit of extra housework today, so I'm not going to do my steps because I feel like that burnt as many calories. No, none of that bullshit. You hit your steps. If you have to do extra, you have to do extra in terms of, non-exercise activity thermogenesis through housework and shit. So yes, we have expended a good chunk of energy, but there is no way I am leaving steps undone. So we're going to finish off this walk, and then it will be time for meal 4, but I may also duck over to the supermarket before meal 4 just to grab a couple of things, and if I do, I'll take you along with me. Also, it has just been announced that Andrew Jacked has won the Arnold Classic. So well done to Arnold Jacked. Well done to Andrew Jacked. Nick came in second place. I will admit I did want Nick to win, but I also think that Andrew was clearly the winner. He was just way too big, way too polished, and way too good to look at. Every time I looked at them on stage, my eyes were drawn to Andrew. So fuck yeah, congratulations to him. And as far as Nick Walker, Nick shall be back. He is a workhorse and he never stops. So we will without a doubt see him again. So awesome result. Pretty much couldn't agree with the outcome any more than I do currently. So well done. Great Australian, great Arnold Classic. Awesome to watch. All right, guys, we are about to sit down and eat meal number 4, and then I am going to let you all go, sadly. But before I go, I want to answer a question off of Instagram, and that question is, what is your go-to death row meal? This one was sent in by Jess, and I said to her that the off-camera death row meal is a plate of cocaine, but my politically correct death row meal would probably have to be, I'm going to say, if it can be multiple things, a big fuck off deep dish pizza with 3 or 4 different kinds of cheeses and like meat lovers, so all meats and shit like that. So it would be one of those. Keep in mind, guys, I'm not a super food focused guy, but I'm just kind of rattling off what I think I would like. I would also like a Burger Urge thick chick, which is basically like cheese, bacon, and 2 fried chicken breast fillets. So pizza, thick chick. I would then go with a tiramisu ice cream to finish off, would be the third thing. Then a fat cigar, a line of Coke, and fuck it, a shot of testosterone suspension just to leave this world the way I came in, kicking and screaming. So that is my death row meal. So anyways, I'm going to hook in and eat this meal number 4. I hope you all enjoyed this vlog, and yeah, 5 weeks out, how time has flown. But I will see you all tomorrow for 34 days out. So see you then.